Okay, so we had looked at Drizzle last night, and to get started and have everything there to give you a framework, the Truffle uh, whole tools has this concept of boxes, which we mentioned before. As you recall, if you watched the video, we looked at the Metacoin box. Well, tonight I'm going to you can look at some of these boxes, see what we have. And you can see we have quite a few. We have some that are done by partners like Azure, if you're using an Azure system. We have Filecoin. Some of them are done by the community, like this Angular D app. So you can see they have quite a lot of options to get you going on some examples, and then you can take it from there. Now, the one I chose to do is Drizzle, and it became a little bit of a pain because there was some issue with NPM with Node. So what I ended up having to do is basically go through, and hopefully you can see this, went through and made sure that all my stuff was up to date. And when I tried to run it, it failed to do the unboxing. So I updated everything, and I went in here and I did, let's see, where is our, I have 3 of these. Let's see where the one is that I did it in. Okay. So what I ended up having to do is essentially, see, I got all these crazy errors. I updated everything, and they gave you that process in that page. And I just said, fine, I should have everything. Let me just build. I built the contracts. Now I went to Truffle Develop, and I migrated. And you can also build in the Develop terminal. But I migrated, and you can see there are several contracts here. In addition to the deploy, you've got, let's see, oh, I hit LS. And let's see what we got here. Complex storage, tutorial token, simple storage, and of course it created everything you would need. And what we can do, the next step before I forget is I had to go to a different window. Let's see if I can bring that up. It's a Truffle. So what I ended up doing is essentially, then I was able to go through, that's not the right one. I was able to go through the NPM from the app directory. Let me, so you can see here, NPM run start, and that seemed to work. Now, what I haven't done yet is test. So you can run the test inside the development so let's look at that. We got our development console here. And what happens when we run tests? So it's running the test, and we need to look, we should probably look at the code that we have. and they passed. So let us, you know what, for now I'm going to get out of here. Let's Control D. And let's look at source. I think it's source. What do we got here? App. What directory are we in? Okay, so they should be, oh, contracts. There we go. So let's look at simple storage. And this is a very simple Solidity thing. All it does is store the data and admit. And we got the other ones, the complex and the tutorial token. Now the beauty of these is you can use these as a basis for your own apps. So they're importing a library. Looks like it's an ERC20 library, and you create your storage, you know, the things you're keeping track of, and then you have your constructor. So these are very simple things. Now the other thing you have here that we have not is under app we have a full React.js. So you have the main app test, you have the let's look at Drizzle options. That's interesting. So this is your components, what they call them, because you've seen your export default options. So these are the contracts. My component. And typical with React, you do your importing, in this case you're exporting the component, and this you get into return, and this is your HTML. And we also have let's see, service worker. So this is basically functions. So you're exporting various a function that let's see, various functions that you're going to use. They can be called by the other parts of the .js, and then of course you have app.js, which is basically starts your app. Now Drizzle, so these imports the Drizzle context, and now when you import into React.js like this, you almost treat it like a separate tag, a separate HTML tag. So, and it gets the power of that component. Now you go into contracts. Let's see what we got in there. So what these are, of course, is the JSON that so you got this Solidity compiled down to JSON, and that's what's in here. Let's have a look at this. Here it is. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, let me move this down so you can see that. And what it lets you do is your account, it lets you try different things, submit it, and I don't know what, let's see if we get anything on the, let's see, we should. Actually, let's see if we can add this, let's see, we want to, I'm going to add it. And, well, we'll mess it up if we save and restart right now, but we can, well, yeah, you can see, let's look at, see if we can look at the chain, workspace, server, let's see if we can see anything in the, if I can see anything in there. That's, so we can't see anything right now. Let's just save and restart and see. Yeah, did that. Great. Very quickly. So when we go here to our contracts, we can now see that they're saying they're not deployed. So we are going to go back, and because we linked them after we deployed them. So what we need to do is get back up here and Truffle, and it tells you what we got, and it should deploy it now. Now let's see if it, okay, Ganache is not coming back up so quick. Oh wait, here it is. It's just showing you what it did. And now let's look at contracts again. And it has complex storage, ERC, simple storage to so that's interesting. This was not deployed. Wonder if there was any kind of error. Placing. Okay. When you go in here, again, you can, let's refresh this. It's running. We can you can see what you can do here. So, and submit, and let's look back at our Truffle, and let's see if we can look at transactions here. Almost like it's odd. There we go. So I'm not sure what this is. Contract call. odd. And let's see if we could active account. Let's pick an account that we have here and see if this is going to work. Copy. And 10. Let's go with 15 and see what happened. See if it actually ran it. For some reason, this is not, doesn't seem to be actually, so this is our UI, but for some reason it doesn't look like it's actually doing what we think it should do. And if we look at the contracts, so we should be able to, I have to go back to to remember exactly the commands to, let's go to Truffle Suite. I'm trying to remember the commands to exactly interact here. So let's see, Truffle docs, interacting with your contracts. So I'm going to do something, go into my, I'm going to paste this, but I'm going to change it to simple storage. Okay, it's not letting me paste it, so we'll just do it this way. Let instance equal weight okay, and let's see. That's an awful lot for such a simple contract. Let's see, it should be like store data. Okay, that's what it is. Instance.store data. Let me look at the function again here. because it's obviously not, let's see, I'm going to just look at that, make sure I'm giving it the right, it's just set. Now it's set, and it's the transaction hash is X078. So let's go back here and let's go to transactions and some reason it's not picking up the transaction, even though we did deploy. Well, we got a contract call here. Let's see what that is. That's migration. Not sure. We'll have to look at that a little more. But what you've seen is how you can use the box to get a very simple app going. Did run into some things, and we just ran into this now, and I'm not sure exactly why we're running into things, but the key takeaways in terms of getting this installed is, first of all, if you run into issues with Node, go through this process here to make sure you have everything up to date, because it does get upset about that. And then it should work. This is not going to cause a problem with the contract. It's a problem with the GUI. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it has, then please give a like. Please subscribe, and please let your friends know if they're interested in this sort of thing. I find it interesting. This is like anything. We're talking bleeding edge here, and you're going to run into stuff. As I experiment, I learn, I see different things. Yeah, Node.js can sometimes be a bit of a pain. It's a good thing to learn, though, because it's used all over the place these days. So, again, hopefully this has been helpful, and I will speak to you next time.